Hello, everyone. So today we are going to be doing Marching Monday for the Musicians List Arts Podcast, and today we are going to be covering the 2019 Grand National Champion Vandegrift High School. Guys, so I want to hear your thoughts about Vandegrift and as a whole from this past season.
I sorry, Owen. I really like this show, honestly. I got to see it live on Flow Marching. I didn't get to actually see it in person, sadly. But I was watching it with a group of my friends, and as soon as they, did that first movement, I think all of us were like, "All right, we think they have a really good chance of at least getting top three." But we're expecting a good top three at least, and honestly, for me, I love watching them because they have such a great woodwind presence, and they never battle each other with the brass to the woodwinds. It's always a combined effort, and I always love their ensemble sound at that. I think it sounds really, really great.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know much about BOA. I've seen the post on Instagram. It would be like a snippet of a show, but I haven't watched the show in full. I don't know much about Vandegrift's history or anything about them as an ensemble other than that they won in the recent years. But yeah, I'm looking to dive right into this and see what they have to put out.
They're a relatively new school in Texas. They're in the same district as Leander High School and Claudia Taylor. So they've got a big talent pool around them. Although they really haven't popped off like this until this year. So I don't really know that much more about it. I do know the show title was called Aria, Queen of the Night, which is kind of like a reference to Mozart and the Magic Flute and Queen of the Night, and that's what their show music is. They have their own dance company, which that's a different thing. I personally enjoy the color guard aspect more than a dance company, but that's just my personal opinion. Because, it's you got your DC Accords, you got everyone throwing rifles and everything and doing these outstanding things with sabers. It's yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. And then it's weird. I don't know, it's just weird to me.
Does their dance company replace their color guard, or do they have both?
They replace the color guard.
Okay, that's interesting. Have they always been like that, or is it just
They have always been like that.
That's interesting. That'll be nice to see what they can do differently with that.
Fun fact, they have a 100% win rate at Grand Nats.
All right, Miles, thank you. I knew someone was going to say that at some point. Yes, they did come. This is their first year at Grand Nationals. This is their first year coming up, and they walked home with Kevin. They ran back to Texas with Kevin. So, anyone else have any other thoughts before we get into it?
I don't remember the show that well. I do remember that the opening hit was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed that. Most of the first movement, actually, I really liked it. So, yeah, again, I don't remember that much, but from what I remember, it was a really cool show musically.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't remember any of it visually at all. So, yeah.
All right, so we're going to get right into the judging. So Miles and Owen are going to be doing visual, and Isaac and I are going to be doing music. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone. So hello. So today we are going to be doing... we are going to be covering Vandegrift High School's 2019 show, Aria, Queen of the Night. I had the privilege to perform against this and share the field with this show. We actually performed right after them. We were the last, Carmel was the last Grand National finalist band to go on, so it was cool. We got to see the end of their show, the last half of their show, when we were standing in the wings waiting for our time to go kill it. These guys won general effects, so that was pretty cool. You know what? Without further ado, let's go get into this. Let's see. There. No. There we go. Found it. All right. And they do a pre-show, which I don't know how I feel about pre-shows. I feel like they're just kind of pointless and wasting energy of the performers. But, you know, everyone can do their own little thing. Some of their music, they use Dies Irae, they use Mozart a lot. There's Carmel. I'm gonna start out with the percussion feature, battery feature. Nice, confident entrance in the beginning. Nice confident line there that they had. Really clean, low brass, little tubas there. Or sousaphones, excuse me. I like how they played in conjunction with people on the other side of the field. There's a little trumpet over the top. All right. That was nice. So I really didn't have much issues with that. That was pretty solid. All right, so that was really nice. Double tonguing lick by the trumpets, and then the woodwinds just were killing it. And then there's trumpet feature. Really clean articulation patterns there. And the front ensemble kind of echoes the trumpet feature. I'd want a little bit more strength and like a little bit more dynamic contrast. Like, I want more power chords. I think that would help the show, but I think that they can do a little bit of better job dynamic contrast wise. All right. That was some pretty decent dynamic contrast there. They kicked it up a little bit. There's their ballad. And the nice trombone glissando. Oh, a little bit of a chip there. I like how the band is playing accompaniment to the soloist. I think they're doing a pretty decent job at it. All right, there we go. They fulfilled my comment earlier. I wanted a little bit more power. Good job with that. And nice bliss up. They're starting back into their ominous, kind of weird sounding stuff. And a little bit of a Dies Irae kind of little vignette there of the front, and then the percussion and the battery. Really nice saxophone playing. Taking a very technical piece and making it sound easy, and that's what we want to do. That's what everyone strives to do, and they're doing a really good job of accomplishing that really well right now. And they handle the Achel pretty decently. They did really well with the Achel. I think that's their trumpets playing right there too. You usually just have those woodwinds there, but the trumpets are confident enough in the directors were confident enough in the trumpet line's skill to with like multiple tonguing to be able to play that and work them up to that over the course of the year. All right. Well done, Vandegrift. I really didn't have too many issues with it. It was a nice show. Very technical, but played really well. So let's go ahead back to the editor to see what they say.
Hey guys, Isaac here. Today we're going to be doing Vandegrift 2019 finals performance at Grand Nat. I really enjoyed this show when I got to watch it. Sadly, again, like I said in the podcast, I did not get to watch it live, but I did, live in person, but I did get to see it on floor marching, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really great performance. And let's dive into this. So I like how they're setting the tone with electronics right away. I think that's really cool. So obviously we know that they don't have a color guard, they have a dance code, which I think is pretty interesting, something different,
from the Magic Flute by Mozart.
Absolutely love the magic flute in this too. Really, really
By
beautiful
Mozart.
stuff.
Overture from the Marriage of Figaro by Mozart. Lacrimosa from Requiem in D minor
I think all
by
these
Mozart,
music
and
selections
Nights
were
by Williams.
incredible. I think you couldn't have asked for a better
Bands of
theme
America
with
is proud
a
to
better
present
music selection. I
in
think it was
Grand
really, really
National
cool.
Finals performance. Drum majors June Lee, Jackson Morris, Madison O'Neill, and Christopher Up, and the Vandegrift Piper Band and Vision Dance Company.
Alrighty. So of course we got the drum line starting us off here. And we got a cymbal line, which is already a plus. Alright. Nice. So great sound right away. Very good balance and blend. Still had that raspy kind of sound, but really, really nice done. Or nice job with it. I would have liked the baritones to be a little bit louder there, the baritone and tubas, but other than that, really, really great. Really, really great job. You know, crescendoing all the way to the end of that phrase and not tapering that sound. Really, really great. Nice front ensemble. Absolutely love that little woodwind thing. Really, really cool. Nice trumpets. Really, really great job. I would have liked a little bit more woodwind presence there, especially from the lower woodwinds. Absolutely love this part. Amazing job. Absolutely love all those little runs in there. Really, really, really great job. Very, very clean and clear. That right? So, and you know, obviously they're not tonguing it, they are slurring it, but either way, really, really, really clean fingers. You know, pressing them down together, making sure they're not, you know, your breath and your fingers aren't moving at different times. You know, really, really great job. The trombonist really matches the style of the show too, or this music at least. Nice. Nice. Great job percussion leading us into that hit there too. Really, really cool stuff. I would have liked the trombone to be a little bit louder on the hit there. Other than that, I mean, it sounded really, really great. Bring the DS Aria back into here too. Really, really cool. Nice. Yeah, so the only thing I would say on this quartet is it seems like sometimes we don't know when to back off or when to come out. Obviously the moving line is important, but if that's all we hear, then there's no reason for the quartet. So we got to make sure that we're playing, we're not backing off when we're not supposed to. We're still crescendoing through a phrase, and it just seemed like, the digga 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 da, and then that's all we heard, and then it just passed on. So we got to make sure we're doing something with the phrasing and musicality there. Really cool stuff. So, just a couple things I want to go over. So, I think the brass, I think all sections were doing really, really great job. The only thing I have is every single time, I would say it's a little bit too trumpet heavy and a little bit too alto sax heavy. So maybe if we bring the baries and the tenors out a little bit more, and we bring the tubas and baritones out a little bit more. There was a part where I believe the woodwinds and the baritone and the tubas had a part kind of call and response there. You couldn't hear the baritones and tubas as much, and I would have liked to hear that a lot more. Other than that, I mean, all those 16-note runs sounded really, really great, really clean and clear. And, I mean, other than that, this shaping, I could have had a little bit more shaping and phrasing in some of this stuff. And then the balance of the ensemble was still really, really great. Had that little rasp type to it, but you still had a great sound. And then the last thing is that in the hit of the ballad, there was a little bit of an issue, it seemed like, with the mic maybe, or maybe there, I don't know what happened there, but the trombone wasn't heard as much as it probably should have and could have been. Other than that, really, really great job. Really enjoyed it.
Hello, everyone. Miles here. Today I'm going to be doing the Viz judging for Vandegrift High School. So a little background, this show is called Aria, Queen of the Night, and I have absolutely no idea what that means, but I'm hoping I'll figure it out for this show, considering it won general effect. I assume it'll be a bit, more understandable to follow. So Mitchell did say there would be a dance team instead of a color guard, so that's very interesting. So it looks like the battery are the first people on their feet, as to marchers. Ooh, good roll. I know I'm not supposed to be judging music. I like that roll. All right, now it looks like everybody's converging onto the field. Visual, for the most part, looks really clean so far. Oh, wow. Okay, that's some really good drill right there. I like that. Yeah, it's really clean. Haven't really seen any discrepancies yet. Actually, I guess the right side of this circle, it was a little bit too far extended from the rest. Yeah, but they come into this form and it's really good. Yeah, these lines are very clean, like this. Yeah, I mean, the drill's just really clean. It's kind of stunning, actually. Now, I would say for them to watch out when they bring their heads up. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that move is really clean. I was going to say, watch when you bring your heads up because the plumes can tell if you're doing it at the right time or not. And one of the moves I saw previous to that, there was a little bit of distortion in that, but then they got together with the trumpet feature. That was really good. Yeah, you can see the same ratios of body movements throughout everybody. Everybody's putting the same amount of effort into the movement. It's really good. Yeah. Let's see here. Spin move. Yeah, so the lines right behind the front ensemble, I think that was the flutes and piccolos there. It was a little dirty keeping that line. The rotation was good, but the lines bent a little bit, which I know it's hard to keep those together, but still pretty good. I gotta say again, I'm not supposed to be judging music, but this percussion is very good. Yeah, you do have separate things going on here. Okay. Yeah, okay, that was really good. Ooh. Yeah, no, all of this body movement is very clean. Yeah, very good. Yeah, really good. Yeah. Got some circles moving around the props. I believe those are stars. So I'm seeing here in the battery, the quads, the spacing throughout most of this battle, the spacing between the quads has been a bit inconsistent. There you go. It's fixed right there. But yeah, battery spacing is also important. Yeah. That prop is spinning. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, okay. This body movement is just absolutely spot on. I love this. You know, as for the batteries marching, a lot of places you'll see batteries not marching as well. That's kind of common because they tend to use heavier instruments. But this battery, especially the quads, are handling that that visual, that drill capability really well. Yeah, very good. Drumline is stupid clean. Sorry, again, not supposed to be judging music, but very clean drumline. Love it. It looks like okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This drill is really good. I know there's a lot of players on this field, and so it's generally a bit more difficult to design drill. But this is handled very well, especially around all the props that they've got going on the field here. Yeah. Yes, very good rotating lines. Very good. So there was a bit of bouncing in the marching there. But yeah, really good. Really good. Yeah, I like that. All right, well, yeah, I really enjoyed that. The visual was really clean. We'll talk more about it after the judge tapes, basically. So, yeah, move on to the next one.
My name is Owen Kensky, and I will be judging Vandegrift 2019, Aria, Queen of the Night. It seems that each section or subsection is coordinated off in their own little pods around the field. They have tarps in the not tarps, stand-up props in the back, not really offering much functionality, just like a visual backdrop. Dance soloist doing a lot of body work in the front before any members of the ensemble start moving. Starting off with the dance company up front, replacing the color guard as well as scattered around the rest of the field. Very solid full circle formation with members inside. That circle looks very good. Marching backwards, the circle is starting to deform a little bit, get a little lopsided. Spacing and arc seems very good, very minimal issues there. Body movement in the members of the ensemble seems a little off at some points. Not everyone is fully together. For the most part, everyone seems to be together, though. Yeah, some people arriving early, middle, and late to that horns down there. Yeah, bringing the woodwinds up front for that short little feature they had. Yeah, very different angles there on all leaning of the horns, leaning of the legs, and that body movement there. Costume change apparently in the dance company at some point. It was very, very done very discreetly, very well. Yeah, good job arriving to your dot on time. No one really got there too early or too late. Very nice close there. spacing seems good while in these long arcs. Each line doesn't seem too bad. Dressing diagonals, though, is not the strongest suit here. Having a large number of bodies on the field is very good. It allows you to do a lot with the drill, and minimal mistakes don't seem as large when you have so many bodies. But the drill is making very good use of that, usually going end zone to end zone arcs and lines across the field with minimal issues in spacing. Something about the angle of the feet and carry when either in a kneeling or doing a body movement. Different step sizes seem to be the issue. Yeah, some definite spacing issues in some of these arcs here on the left side of the field. The dance company now has flags in the back of the field, and that is very not together. Solid in-time ripple effect there, though. Very solid there. The props on the field, these geometrical looking spinning spheres, not spheres, but these interesting shapes. Yeah, and not using those until a closer seemed like an interesting choice. Good show visually. I very much enjoyed the music. That was a very good performance musically. Visually, there are sometimes some spacing issues, some step size things that need to be corrected. Angles with body movement was an issue that I saw more often than not. But a very nice, powerful show with some really good moments in there.
All right, everyone, welcome back. So after doing our judge tapes, let's start with the music aspect first. Isaac, if you want to take this first.
Yeah. So, obviously, I really like the show. I really enjoy it. It's very classical pieces in here. I think for the ensemble blends and the kind of balance, I think it was a little bit too trumpet heavy and not so sax heavy, so that I didn't really appreciate that much. But I did appreciate how clean and clear they were with their articulations, and I honestly think that their fingers were fantastic with that 16-note run stuff. It's really, really solid. The back and forth between the trumpets and the woodwinds, I thought that was really, really clean. I really enjoyed that. Couple things was the trombone soloist. You couldn't hear him during the hit of the ballad, and I would have liked to hear that a little bit more. I think he did a great job musicality-wise. I think he brought some artistry to the solo. The sax quartet that was right after the ballad, I think they didn't really understand when they were supposed to, come out of that quartet and who was supposed to be playing, the melody and all that stuff. I don't think that was really clearly across. I think they could have done a lot better artistry-wise. I think they were just coming up with this, like, oh, well, we're all going to get loud at this part when you play it. And then there was, like, no talk of any other form of phrasing. And I didn't really enjoy that. I thought they could have done a lot better job of that, especially from a really, really great band that Vandegrift is. I was expecting a little bit more from that sax quartet, but, whatever, you never know. I thought they had great phrasing in the beginning of the show. I thought it was really, really great job ensemble-wise. Thought that was really, really great. Style was on point for the whole show. That was really cool. And yeah, I mean, percussion had great dynamics all the way through. I thought that was really, really solid. Woodwinds, I really, really did not like that there was no Barry presence. That was kind of annoying. Again, I mean, just low brass and low woodwinds really needed to speak out more. I didn't think they were kind of speaking out as much as they should have been. Especially in the beginning, right after little part one part, there was a little woodwinds and baritone and tuba part, and you couldn't really hear the tuba baritone part as well as you could hear the woodwind part. So I would have liked to hear a little bit more tuba baritone as well. But yeah, Mitchell.
All right. So, personally, it was very well done. Brass performance was great. I said nice technique. I mean, the trumpet feature was pretty nice. I give that a 190 out of 200. Woodwind performance, very technical, but they made it seem easy. So I gave them a 195 out of 200 on that. Percussion performance, I mean, nice battery, nice front ensemble. The battery was pretty cool. I think they used match grip, which is different from most bands. Am I right, Miles and Owen?
Actually, with high school bands, especially in Virginia, I tend to see more match grip than traditional grip. It just depends on the state, probably.
It's easier because it's hard to get that evenness of sound from beginner players, and most battery players begin in high school. So most bands opt to use matched grip, at least for outdoor. For indoor, that usually changes.
It's either one. I don't really know exactly which one. I know it was like one of them, but it's like different than like most other people.
Yeah. But yeah, Vandegrift does use match.
Yeah, Dartmouth is the world-class group that uses matched as well. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Right. Yep. So I mean, nice battery there. I like how they started. They have a cymbal line, which I respect.
Gotta love cymbal lines.
I love cymbal lines. Holy crap.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they have it. It's when they're in that beginning, when it's just the battery, they're on, if you're looking at it from your screen, they're on the right. But if you're looking at it from their perspective, it's on the left of like the triangle that they're in. There's like a Vandegrift, like a snare drum head cam, or like there's like a snare drum like run of like a rehearsal that is on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that in the suggestions.
Yeah.
That's interesting. The fact that I wasn't even able to tell that there was a symbol line there.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
yeah.
Were they doing a lot of visual stuff, or was it just there for texture?
It was kind of there to support the main theme, like main music line. Like the da, 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 da. And it was just a lot of symbols like yeah, it was basically just backing up. It was just using it as like a reinforcement.
Yeah. I don't like it whenever cymbal lines don't do a whole lot of visual stuff because it's a whole lot of wasted potential with the instrument.
Right.
It's like if you were to playing strings but only with a bow and you never go pits. Like it's just you have so much more texture and like options that you could do to enhance the performance.
Right.
They just don't take advantage of it.
I agree. So, where was that? Percussion. And then ensemble performance. They played really well in tune. They were all listening to each other. So I gave them a 195 on that. And then musicianship. So I'm going to be completely real here. I wasn't really moved by the music as much as other groups that were there. And that's just a personal thing. Like it was cool, sure. Although it just didn't really like move me like another Texas group did. Hebron really, really moved me. I bet they were playing with a ton of emotion. I just really couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel the music. Which I think that's what people look for. I think that's what their one shortcoming was. But that was just me. So I gave them a 185. I wanted to feel a little bit more. So I gave them 195 and then a total for 960 out of 1,000, so not bad at all. Let's pop over to the visual side. Miles or Owen, you can take it away.
I'm going to let Owen take this first.
All right. So for visual, for individual marching, I gave them a 389 out of 400. I thought that all of the aspects in terms of like pivots, turns, step offs, and all that, I thought that was all very precise, and I really appreciated that. But the carriage did seem to lack a little. There wasn't the full intensity that you've seen in some other groups. But it wasn't, and that was only in a couple different members of the ensemble. It wasn't everybody, but still those couple members do bring the whole effect down a lot. In ensemble marching, their straight lines were very good. Their arcs and the spacing in their arcs were pretty all right. They could use some work. Their diagonals, as always, diagonals are kind of hard to dress. So that was a 393 out of 400. For drill, I gave them a 96 out of 100. I felt like the drill didn't really impact the music at all. It was just there to be drill. And I would have loved to see some more integration of the theme and or any aspect of the music portrayed in the drill. And integration of marching components, I gave them a 89 out of 100, totaling for 967 out of 1,000.
Miles?
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I was not a lot, but I was a bit harsher with it because I'm a mean person. But so first off, like you said, the ensemble marching was pretty good. Everything was really clean, but a lot of the times I really didn't call them out on the actual tape, but like there were a lot of points in it where like there would just be random people just like way out of a line or something, and it wouldn't affect the whole ensemble generally, but it would like kind of just mess a lot of it up.
It'd move your eye towards that.
Yes, go ahead.
It'd move your eye towards that. Like it'd pull it off from the entire thing and just to zoom in on that one.
And so I gave individual marching a 350. Yeah, I don't know if that's mean or not. Again, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's your opinion.
But yeah, that's what I gave individual marching. Ensemble marching, it was, for the most part, it was really clean. But a lot of the rotating lines just like had a really hard time staying straight, which I know is difficult.
Oh yeah, it's difficult.
There's that many, there's got to be something that you work on all the time. And so, just mostly lines moving and shifting. It was a big problem keeping them straight, especially in the closer where there was just a bunch of them shifting all over the place. And so for that, I gave it a 365. As to the drill, I do recognize that with a band as large, it's hard to design drill good enough, especially around the props they had, which I think they did okay. But some of it lacked, no, it's not some of it, a lot of it kind of lacked meaning towards the show itself. And I also felt the same way about integration of marching components. Basically, those go hand in hand. And so I gave drill an 80 and I gave integration of marching components a 75. And so my total score was 870. But I opened the judge tape saying, this one general effect. So hopefully the visual movements and musical will help me understand what's going on in the show. And it didn't really help me that much. So
that's how I feel about it. But as for the music, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I really loved it. The percussion was really good. That's what I was focused on most of the time. So yeah, really good blend with them. Otherwise, yeah, it wasn't like the greatest drill I've ever seen, but yeah, go ahead, Owen.
I did think that the percussion did a very good job of playing tastefully, not overpowering the band, which I know that a lot of players, if they were told to play in front of a band that large and cut through that, they would overplay and definitely take it way too far and just overpower it completely. But I think they did a very good job. Did they have a 6-person snare line?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they had like a very large drum line, like drum corps size drum line. But they were definitely on the larger side, and I still think they did a very good job of keeping it at the level that they needed to for the size of the ensemble.
Yeah, definitely.
Miles, are you good?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, I have a couple questions for you guys. So we talked about the props very briefly, like when Miles judge tape. I, honest to God, I didn't know. I had no clue what they were and what they brought to the show. Like, I get it. It's Aria, Queen of the Night. All right.
I thought they were stars. I wasn't very sure.
I don't know.
Like, they spun, and I thought that was cool, but I didn't
Spinny
know
boy
what added to it.
Yeah, no, I didn't really know. What did you guys think about the Vision Dance Company?
Yeah, go ahead first, Owen.
I thought that it was all right. I mean, there was one point where they all went back and got flags.
Swing flags, yep.
And I remember seeing that, and it was, this sudden, like, burst of color onto the field, but it was very out of sync, and it wasn't out of sync until they had that ripple towards the middle of the field. And I was like, oh boy, that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the same way about that.
Yeah, body movement is really cool when you get it right, and they were doing a pretty all right job of holding body movement, but for the size of the ensemble, because there's so many people marching horns or a battery, it's so hard to distinguish what's going on.
Right.
Just because of, like, you have to look at the entire field. You can't just look at the front where the dance company is. So the effect seemed kind of lost on me, without there being like a high toss to sync up with a hit or anything.
Right. And I just personally, my thought is that I personally think that for me, I mean, being brought up with a band that has strictly a color guard, I mean, sure, there's dance involved in color guard for sure. But, it's like, hey, you got these awesome guards like Avon, Carmel, Tarpon. You got these guys throwing these like insane tosses, like with rifles, sabers, and flags. And you got like something that's just swing flags, and it's like, oh, well, that's nice. That's I don't know. It kind of just brought down the effect for me personally, but everyone can do it their own way. I can't really comment more on that. That's just kind of my personal opinion and my personal taste. Their uniforms are cool though. I really like the uniforms. Like the stylized, like it was stylized for like stars, because Queen of the Night, Mozart, Magic Flute, Dies Irae. Like I'll have like a little star background. But I thought the uniforms were pretty cool. I enjoyed seeing them, and it was cool to see them perform on the field. Anyone else have anything else to say? All right. Well, I think we're going to conclude today's Marching Monday with Vandegrift 2019 right now. So let's stay tuned for tomorrow for Indoor Tuesday. I think it's Milton, right? All right. So, yeah, Milton 2019 or 2020 winner drumline. So that should be a blast. Looking forward to it. All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.